Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, my voice sounds a lot more clear, a lot louder, but hopefully not too loud. There shouldn't be any pops. But maybe. I got a new mic. Let me throw up a picture here for you guys. What you just saw right there is the new setup. With the Patreon money, I bought a desktop, a mic, because I know people were always complaining about the mic. I already had the four monitors, the big ones. I bought a smaller one, a more portable one, and I put it on top of everything. So I was like, hey, 5 monitor setup. I got everything I need now to put out, at least I'm hoping, higher quality videos. The laptop that I had, it was old. It would chug using Movie Maker. So just to give you an idea as to how bad it was, but it got the job done for the time being. I figured, 3,000 subs, it's time to upgrade. So here we are. Hopefully things sound better. There will be some adjustments made to the mic as we go along here because I'm I don't know how to use it, but we'll figure things as we go. Aitx sitting at 003, mid 003s to be specific. I'm waiting for 002s, and that's it. That's all. I think that's all we have to talk about. The market has been coming down because some bad earnings and because of a fear of a recession. I bought the fear. I look. People right now are fearful. That's when it's time to buy nice and cheap. That's when you want to buy your Nvidias and your whatever. I don't know about Aitx, but Aitx, let's wait for 002s. That is the game plan. We do have support here at 003s. Maybe another area you might want to add. But the thing that concerns me, and I'm about to show you HCMC. I'm gonna you'll see where I'm going with this. HCMC. You notice how this stock doesn't really go much of anywhere. It doesn't really move. Doesn't really. It's never even had any kind of significant run. We look at the monthly. At one point, it did go up as high as, okay, that doesn't even make sense. But yeah, this one doesn't move at all. You'll notice it doesn't really, doesn't move. It has a hard time moving anywhere above 0002. It's sitting at 0001. Okay, now, why am I showing you this? Let's go over to the, oops, I have no idea how to use this desktop. Okay, there it is. This is the Aitx dilution chart. This is HCMC. Healthier Choices Management Corp. Sitting at 0001, it's pink current. We look at the security details, and what do you see here? You see the float? Well, that float is wrong because they haven't updated that since 2016. But they can try to lie to us all they want. All we have to do is take a peek at the authorized shares and see that they have an authorized share count of, yep, that's right, 750 billion. Not million, 750 billion. Authorized shares. Now, this company is so diluted, like I said, it has a very difficult time, an almost impossible time, because there is so much supply that even if there was a lot of demand, it would still have a very difficult time to move up higher than triple zeros. So, I'm showing you this because this is what happens when a company just keeps on diluting over and over and over, and it increases its trend to the upside when it comes to the dilution chart. We look at Aitx here just for comparison. I don't think we'll ever be at 750 billion authorized shares. I hope not. I hope not. But hey, look, I'm telling you right now. Since 2021, you can see the trend is very clear. It's very clear, and it's gotten steeper. This trend got steeper here between mid 2023 up until now. That trend has gotten steeper. You can see that very clearly. If I had a line here, if I could draw a line here, it would be much steeper. Maybe I can pull up a whiteboard here. Let's see, online whiteboard. Online whiteboard. No, not that one. That's not what I was looking for. Where's my online whiteboard? I hope this is a good whiteboard. It's not spelled right, so I might have just downloaded, a scam. Okay, I'm just going to get out of there. Either way, the point is, just imagine there's a trend line here. It's gotten much steeper. Number two, they have diluted already. This is a big concern, not just for swing traders, but also for longs. You should be concerned about this. They've already diluted 3 billion so far. They keep on diluting, and on average, we did the math yesterday or 2 days ago when I made a video on Aitx. They dilute about 333 million shares every month on average. The trend is increasing. and it's steeper, and at some point, okay, I get it. Maybe right now it's not concerning, but at some point, when do you start getting concerned about the constant dilution? Because if it's constant, that means it's constantly going to destroy the share price. And if it dilutes something, if a stock gets diluted enough, it'll have a very difficult time even going back to 1 penny. That's why HCMC can't move. There's just so much supply. I mean, no amount of demand is going to cause it to move. Someone would really have to buy it up in order for that one to move with how diluted it is. You guys saw that 750 billion. That is insane. Okay, I'm not saying ATX is going that way, but what about 500 million? Half a billion in dilution every month. Think about that for a second. How difficult it's going to be for the share price to get any kind of upside if we continue to get this kind of dilution going into 2025, 2026. What about 1 billion in dilution every year? We know they dilute to keep themselves afloat. So that's what I wanted to point out to you guys is, let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think of the dilution rate? The rate of dilution every month, about 333 million. What about 500 million? What about 750 million? What about 1 billion? At one point, you as a long decide, you know what? They're diluting way too much for my liking, and now the share price is having a hard time. It's just constantly getting suppressed, and it's just having a very difficult time getting any kind of momentum to the upside. At what point do you decide, I need to get out because the dilution is just too much? Is that 500 million a month? 1 billion? If they start diluting 1 billion a month on average, is that when you get out? Because we'll see that reflected in the not only the outstanding shares, but also on the authorized shares constantly getting increased. So this is the biggest concern that I have personally. The reverse split, that's the stop loss for me, okay? But we do have to keep in mind that the dilution here, whether you're long, if you're a short, then you love it. But if you're a long, or if you're a swing trader, you should be looking at this and thinking, oh boy, when is this going to stop? Some people keep saying it's going to stop or it's done. I don't think we should, no, that far from it. Far from it. They've been diluting a lot since 2021, to be more specific, because that's when it really ramped up. And it only continues to ramp up. So you're telling me that it's going to stop? I hope it stops so that we can allow the PRs to cause it to move up. But if this suppression from constant dilution keeps happening, this stock isn't going to go anywhere but down to triple zeros, and it's just going to sit there, and it's going to have a very difficult time moving anywhere. That's why I wanted to show you HCMC. And eventually, there's going to be a lot of schlongs, a lot of shareholders. There's going to be some of them that are going to run for the exits. They're going to get out. They're never touching it again because the dilution just becomes too much. So I don't know what that number is, though. What number is that? Is 1 billion in dilution every month, is that too much? Is that when you say, you know what, I'm done being a long until they stop diluting 1 billion a month? That's where we're headed. Again, you can't tell me I'm lying when I'm showing you this trend getting a lot steeper as we go along here into 2025. And we don't know how much more dilution we have to go for the rest of this year. But it is possible that we see 6 billion in dilution. We know they have to dilute to stay afloat. So you let me know what you think. I want to know what you think. Because from my point of view, as a swing trader, look, I can take the loss and move on. I'll admit that straight up. I'm not one of those finance channels that's going to pretend like, yeah, that's right, I win all the time, I never lose. I think that's a scam if someone portrays themselves that way. No, I will take the loss on this at some point if the dilution becomes too much. And I think that number for me is 1 billion. Because if they're having to dilute 1 billion on average every month, that is going to destroy the stock. 333 million is quite a bit already. So keep that in mind. That is the average. You can check my math if you want, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 300 million. Maybe it's 250 million. Either way, that's still quite a bit. and that only continues to increase as the years go by. So again, I really want to know what you guys think. And that's it for the video. Hopefully it was short, sweet, to the point, a lot more clear in terms of my voice. And I will see you in the next one.